I'm not ready. I'm not ready, but I'm gonna try. This is going to be my attempt to gather all of my thoughts on Mianite Season 2 into one video. And it is going to fail, but it's going to be interesting. And I have Heidi playing downstairs because I'm at my grandma's. I want this not to be one of those whistleblower videos. We've seen a few of those. I will say things that convict both other parties and myself, because that's just a part of any true account of things. I'm going to try my very best just to make this nutritious for everyone who listens. It's an experience. It's a life experience. I can really call it a life experience because it took up 6 months of my life, and I was very passionate about it. And I know that a lot of my teammates were very passionate about it as well. I'm just going to start at the beginning because that is the place to start in a situation like this. I was a member of Blockworks, the build team, just looking for commissions. Organics builder, that means I did sculptures with blocks, people, animals, plants. And our loving leader, James, would often come to the team in the group chat saying, hey, there's something new, there's something exciting for us to be involved in. And he presented Mianite, and it was the first big, exciting project I had really seen an opportunity to be involved in because James said, well, there's going to be story, and it's an RPG, kind of, and there are going to be just lots of opportunities for creativity and sculpture, and I asked a little more on the specifics of story, and he said, well, Dex said, we have freedom over story, we can do whatever we want. So I was like, okay, so this is my kind of thing. I was definitely interested in that because I'd been a novelist all my life and dungeon master in Dungeons and Dragons, and I just breathed the stuff, so it was a natural in for me. And we did prep work for about a month, and that was an interesting month because one of the team members, Malo, and I worked a fair bit together on just hashing out the outlines of the story, many of which we kept all the way through the end of Season 2. So, like, Malo was a big factor in deciding the way that Season 2 would turn out, although he's not often talked about. He deserves love. So yeah, it was just Blockworks members at that point, and we finally came to Season 2 launch day. We were all on the server and just kind of huddled up and, okay, let's do it right, let's make a good impression, let's do it clean. I had Andor's account, which Deck had gotten for me, and James was King Helgrind, just brilliant performance, gem. One of the characters with the least screen time, but the most potency, I would argue. It's a very hard thing to do, and James, being well-versed in literature and drama, nailed it. So I was very happy with his portrayal of Helgrind. And I never once told him what to do as Helgrind. Just kind of an aside. Each actor in Season 2 had their own way of playing their character. It wasn't scripted at all. There were certain plot points that we wanted to get across, so I kind of gave them a heads up on the sort of thing I wanted to do, or they gave me a heads up on the sort of thing they wanted to do. And we kind of premeditated our characters' reactions a little bit, but we didn't set in stone that those were what the reactions had to be, right? We just prepared ourselves a little bit. because we are not those characters. So reacting genuinely and spontaneously as a fictional character is harder than it would be just for us to react as ourselves. So we need a little bit of time to just get into that character's head to sort of simulate the life experiences we would have had up to that point to give the genuine reaction. You know what I mean? That was an aside. I'll have a few of those. But yeah, James was Helgrand, and the other guy was playing Farmer Steve. So yeah, Andor, Helgrand, Farmer Steve. I think that was it at the beginning. Yeah, and so we all got on, and the streamers logged on. It was like famous people, and we kind of sat there as they. I don't think they had all begun streaming yet, but they logged on to the server to kind of see how things were, and they all logged inside of the little prison cell underneath Dagran, right? And we saw these magical screen names: Captain Sparkles, Jericho, OMG, it's Firefox, Syndicate, Sin HD, yeah. And Wag wasn't a part of it yet, I don't think. I don't remember when he joined. There's a lot of things I don't remember. That'll be a common theme here. My memory's going bad. But we saw all these magical screen names and thought, all right, this is gonna be good. Should we say hi? No, we shouldn't say hi. We probably shouldn't say hi because we're just NPCs, right? Yeah, we shouldn't say hi. But at the same time, I was thinking, maybe it would be cool if they said hi to us. Because, we're going to be working together for the foreseeable several months. And not one of them really said hi. And that got me a little down. It didn't stick with me. I moved past it really quick once we got into the content of episode 1. But it made a little bit of an impression on me. And that impression started to carry forward into the rest of season 2. Yeah, so we did the episode, and it was great, and we did, it just kind of rolled on from there. Just the Blockworks team doing the story, and had some great drama with Helgrand and Andor, and got Sparkles in on it, and something a lot of people have complained about is the fact that season 2 seemed to be geared towards Sparkles, and I will definitely concede to that. I was Sparkles focused in my roleplay, and to be honest, I don't remember what made that decision for me. Whether it was me proactively saying I want to target Sparkles, or if it was also okay, I do know it was somewhat that because he was an Mianite already, so that was my thing. I was playing the Mianite following characters. That was my thing. But also, there may have been an element of just not being sure how to work with the other streamers. Because I know that became a thing in Season 2 for me. I just wasn't sure how to approach Jericho, Sonia, Tom, and later Wag all that well. But on top of that, it was the fact that I just didn't have time to approach everyone. Yeah, so I was targeting Sparkles, and Farmer Steve was sort of messing around with everybody, as Farmer Steve does. But even then, it was still a little bit leaning towards Sparkles, just because he was the most narratively engaged. How do you keep a compelling story up with streamers who don't want to roleplay? It just doesn't come off well, and it dilutes the story. So we just naturally gravitated towards Sparkles.